Dr. Mauer. Okay.
They say that they only sever people for work.
Okay. There was a little bit of an emphasis there on the kid thing. I mean, maybe it was just in regard to her and what she did and her decision, but is there a kid involved? Did Gemma have a kid? They were trying to conceive, right?
Did you ever think about having kids?
And we tried for a little while.
Are they trying to, I don't know, whatever Cold Harbour is, put something in a kid? Are they using her kid for something? Are we seeing more Gemma? Before. Yeah. Okay. Again, though. Sorry, I say though. This is good. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted from this episode. I want more. More from the main plot. More Gemma. What are we doing? Where's she come from? What's going on? Cold. Do you know what I mean? This isn't an answer, but it's looking good. But I laughed because what did we end on? Mark falling to the floor. Okay, kind of a cliffhanger. Is he okay? I mean, I'm assuming he is, but where do we go from here? Immediately the show doing this thing that it has been doing the entire time. Every time it has some element of a cliffhanger, the next episode starts, okay, we're dealing with this now. Completely different thing. But the thing that we are dealing with, very interesting, very compelling. It's just funny. Sorry, I appreciate with my past analysis, I like last episode talking, naysaying a lot. I appreciate that comes across more negative than I intend it in this moment. I don't mean it as a bad thing right now. Just funny. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. This was where they were teaching. Well, he was teaching. What was she doing?
Thanks.
Their meeting? Their first meet?
What do you got there? Sorry.
Yeah.
Themes of religious conversion in Tolstoy's The Death of Ivan Ilyich.
Religious conversion. Interesting.
All quiet on the Western Blunt. Drug use by enlisted soldiers during World War I.
Oh.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Is she something to do with Lumen? I mean, the religious conversion thing, did she have...
Mark.
Was she working there already? Giving blood too. Oh man, that's rough. That is a rough transition. Yeah, giving blood, giving part of yourself. So, sorry, I don't particularly think anything is meant by it, but it is interesting, I suppose, the parallels you can draw in regard to that, that beautiful moment, the birth of the love that would mean, those two forming a relationship and where they went, right? This beautiful moment, and they are both altruistically giving something, giving blood, you're helping society, people, right? It's the whole point. Very beautiful moment, right? But very much this moment of them giving parts of themselves, giving some of themselves to help. And what have we been seeing the entire show? I think, as we become aware of where Gemma is, what's kind of happening to her, you've got to imagine, Severance and everything, Lumina taking something from her, right? She's giving them something, whether against her will or not. Against her will, you would assume. And then you have this kind of twisted version of Mark giving part of himself to Lumen, right? And the almost parasitic nature of that in Severance, right? And how, and everything I've talked about, the show's talked about, in regard to why he did it, dealing with grief and, all this. Anyway, just again, I don't think anything is meant by it, but I just find that parallel quite beautiful, like beautifully written. What a beautiful way for them to meet. This moment between them giving something, giving part of themselves in this beautiful moment, which also forms the bond that they share. And also, we have this parasitic, twisted element in the show of both of them giving. But that kind of been flipped on its head, right? And them being leashed of things, leashed of their humanity. And then, the very harsh transition as we come down here and she's doing the same thing, kind of punches that home.
Gemma.
Calling her Gemma, yeah, so she is Gemma down there. I wonder if Gemma is down there voluntarily. Might be a twist, for whatever reason.
Your brother's reintegrating.
No, he's not. But if you give one solitary thought to messing with my brother again,
Fair.
I will throw you off a bridge.
We'll discuss it later.
No.
Regarby, you need to show a little bit of emotion, mate. A little bit of softness here, because...
She is alive.
Yeah. Take your time, mate. Hey, what a start. Episode 7, yeah. Pace is very much increased, which I love. That's what I was calling for. Hoping for.
Done your reading? Calisthenics?
Okay.
If you were caught in a mudslide, would you be more afraid of suffocating or drowning?
I would like to think it'd be a nice little slide downhill, but I imagine probably not. Sort of the same thing. It's not the same thing, but if you drown, you suffocate. No? Yeah, is this some kind of, I don't know, element to the religious conversion thing? Yeah, is she just working down here? Allentown. Communities down here? Is she in charge of converting? Taking blood. Oh. Okay, so she's Miss Casey again, huh? Oh, is this Mauer? So this is relatively new to her. This.
Could I please get a break?
Oh god, what are they doing? Ah! You look terrifying. Sorry, it's just your face.
Nobody likes the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been an accountant like my mom wanted. Please, have a seat.
What is it that's weird about his face? It freaks me out. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm gonna feel terrible if they haven't actually done anything. Is it the eyes? They're very blue. He's kind of more tanned than I feel like he should be. The dyed hair, maybe? I don't know. Okay.
How long was I in there? 2 hours.
For what? That is a long dentist appointment, mate. Okay. Hi. Oh, tell me what's going on. Sorry, I need to get it out. It feels like Gemma is willingly down there. Might be wrong. Maybe she, what's it been, 2 years? It might just be that she's, you know what I mean, there's no escape. She knows that she can't get out and she's just making the best of it. I don't know. Like, she's not having a good time, but she's very much begrudgingly perhaps, but willingly there. Yeah. And I mean, that flashback, and she was reading about a religious conversion, which I wouldn't usually take note of, but considering this show and how much we've talked about religion, how much, you can kind of conflate it with Lumen and what they're doing, it seems like too much of a coincidence to kind of just brush that aside. So now I'm like, do we know what I might have just forgotten what she does for a living. Have we actually ever been told? I know we've been told that Mark was a teacher, he taught. We know that. I might have just forgotten, to be honest. Is he gonna come back reintegrated? Oh, hi, yeah, show me more.
Sorry, I have a lecture at 3.
Okay, teacher, yeah, lecturer.
Brought you something.
Oh.
Ant farm?
It's an ant farm.
Right.
Last night you said you like dance.
Oh, you are very into her, bless you, mate. It's very sweet.
I like plants. I hate ants.
You can still take it, mate.
I love farms.
Oh, good.
Okay, she's very into you as well. This is good. Obviously, sorry, I know they're married. Man, I really hope Adam gets, different dramatic roles after this. He's got such a, diverse look. You know what I mean? Even just in these flashbacks, a little bit of stubble, shorter hair. You could see him playing so many roles. And it's nice. I remarked a while ago about how it was nice to see him in a dramatic role as opposed to a comedic role, which is all I'd ever seen him in. And he's absolutely risen to the occasion. It'd be lovely to see after this and, in the years to come, him stretch a bit more. She's in red. Same as down there.
Yeah, Rickon, what is wrong with you?
Hey.
Wait, how did you get down?
It is wild how different Mark is, and then what a beautiful job Adam's been doing in achieving that characterization that we've had in the show.
A grand adventure.
I feel like...
Oh, pregnant.
Not enough.
Ah.
Are you not drinking?
Okay. So did she lose it? Or was it just made to look that way? Oh man.
You know where I put the keys?
I was going to say, where's Mark? That's tough. Yeah, okay, so she's in an emotional space and going into an emotional space. Going backwards? Oh yeah, sorry, I forget we're in his head. So she was moving into an emotional space that was turbulent, right? She was not okay. Obviously, validly so. Point being though, I think, people do make rash decisions or not rash necessarily, but life-changing decisions. Decisions they might not make in their rational mind or in a mind that is less emotionally turbulent, which suggests she might have made the kind of decision that means that she fakes her death and she's on board with it and she's down there willingly. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm going with it. It seems more like it's building up to that, the idea of that. Okay, we're going down. Cables. Yeah, so what is the work doing? Is this down into those rooms? Okay. People at desks? More people were just working. Okay. You're watching them. Why? 4.
Are the severance barriers holding?
Severance barriers.
The technology is working.
They all physically kind of look like them as well. Similar. What? Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay.
You like her.
She's fond of me too, of course.
Didn't she try and break your fingers?
What? Oh, come on, man. That was the doctor. Sorry. No? Am I insane? Show me. Show me. The same guy? This guy here? That's the same guy, no? He just has a tan in his daddy's hair. Okay, no, so there was something odd about him. His appearance. They have changed his appearance down there. I feel less bad about him. I think it's the same guy. Oh, mate, this episode's such a mind bender. I feel like there's so much to pick up on, but I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of information.
It's the next step for a lot of people.
Adopting.
I'm sorry.
No, hey, it's not your fault, man. What was that? Oh, the tree. He was making the tree. Okay, he's back. It's the same guy, but he's got grey hair. Was he wearing a wig before?
You remember nothing?
Nothing.
Horrifying, huh?
There's only one room I haven't been to yet, and today it had a name on it.
Cold Harbour.
Cold Harbor.
Right.
So what happens once I've been in all the rooms?
Complete it, mate.
You will see the world again, and the world will see you.
Okay. Alluding to release, but that could mean anything.
Mark will benefit from the world you're siring.
World you're siring.
Kira will take away all his pain, just as Kira's taken away yours.
What? Yeah, so she's made a deal with the devil.
Can you please just talk like a normal person?
Yeah, he's got that luminaire, hasn't he?
Dream sweet.
Even just saying dream sweet instead of sweet dreams is creepy, and I don't like it, mate. Yeah, so hang on. I am starting to question. I don't think she knows that she died in a car crash. Maybe. I have a feeling she doesn't know how it. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you've got to argue. She asked them, "How are you making it so I'm dead?" Do you know what I mean? Like, she asked the question, so maybe she does know. But I do wonder. But yeah, the world you're siring. I mean, it's been alluding to this idea that whatever's going on down here is world shattering. Well, I mean, I say alluding to, but what voice guy literally said it changed the world, right? Yeah. This idea of religious conversion further. We know Lumen's all about that anyway. We know they're trying to instill severance into young people, babies, children. It's going to be horrible, isn't it? Yeah, they took away her pain. Coffee! Okay, man, have you made a decision? Yeah, maybe. Like, what does that mean? You'd argue it's not giving her a kid. Did he just mean severance? Giving her a reprieve in the same way that Mark did from his pain at Gemma's loss?
When will he wake up?
When he's ready to.
And he'll be reintegrated then, I'm assuming. Which is, yeah, I'm really curious what he's going to look like. His person, his personality, who he is as a human.
This, because this looks like how you kill my brother.
You two are definitely related.
I could call her.
Who?
Harmony Cobell.
Team up.
She was raised by them. She's a soldier.
It's a risk, I get that.
Yeah, she's not anymore so much.
Everything I've done to fight, gone.
Possibly. It's honestly, it's a knife's edge, mate.
I'm calling her.
I just feel like we should wait until Mark wakes up a little bit, mate. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Let's not rush into it.
What are you, no, seriously, what are you doing?
Good luck.
You can't leave him.
I get it. They could kill Ragabi. That was always on the cards for her.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God, put down the phone and go call her back. Please. Oh, the name of the episode. Chikhai Bardo.
Chikhai Bardo.
Yeah, what is... The cards!
I don't know, it looks like two guys fighting.
Two guys fight, this is what I mean.
Fighting himself, defeating his own psyche.
Oh.
Ego death.
Ah. Yeah, the cards that Dylan found.
Fighting himself, defeating his own psyche.
Defeating his own psyche. Defeating his own psyche. are they erasing humanity almost, or the idea of humanity, like what humanity is? Because what do you do as you learn and you go? And what have I been talking about? What is this show kind of almost about? It is this: you grow and you learn, right? You are a product of your environment. You, as you grow and go through life, move forward, you pick up trauma here and there and everywhere, right? But you deal with it and you move on. What have we seen, right? What is Severance? It kind of almost reverts you back to base model zero, erases that trauma. It's kind of almost the purest version of you without all that and without all the experience, and you almost reset. They keep talking about it's going to change humanity, but this is the thing. I would argue that it's almost, I feel like the show is going to try and get into this existential thing of what is humanity, and they're trying to, Illumina trying to change that with Severance, the chips, something, whatever they're doing down in Cold Harbour. So because that's what that speaks to me, fighting your psyche, the ego death, right? I imagine Lumen have this idea of what the perfect form of humanity looks like. No imperfections, which I think we've talked about before. I think perhaps when, Code Bowden, going back to her, was it her? I can't remember. She was kind of talking about, I'm sure at some point in the show there's been this idea of perfection. Because I know I've talked about it in the sense of like the idea almost of there's no perfection, right? The idea of humanity almost is that we are imperfect and that we go through our life, we learn, we grow, we fall down perhaps, but we get back up, and that's the point. She's talking about fighting your own psyche, and it's almost like Lumen are trying to like expedite that process and almost skip all of the hardship, all of the pain, creating perfect versions of humanity. I don't know, some kind of technology that ensures immediate almost ego death, right? Or fighting that your psyche and because that's what you do, I think, throughout life. You fight yourself a lot of the time, and you learn and you grow and you question yourself, right? And you're faced with all of these decisions, that perhaps moral quandaries. What kind of person do I want to be? I think, speaking for myself, I've learned, I've grown. I very much consider my past self and my past selves, the versions of me that I, was. I'm not those people anymore. I'm not that person. I'm kind of an amalgamation perhaps of those people, but with added stuff, right? Because I challenge myself and I want to change and I want to get better and better, whatever that looks like, whatever that is, the version of that is better to me, right? And that's going to change from person to person, because everyone's got their own perception of what that is. I suppose perhaps Lumina are working on this idea of the one perfect, you know what I mean? Like that's the point, I think, of humanity almost. Everyone's got, and that's why a lot of the time we fall out and we disagree or whatever it might be, because we are all unique. We all have our own ideas of what's better, what the idea of better is, and how to learn and grow, which I think is okay to a point. And the only reason I phrase it like that is because I think, as long as you're doing that in a way that isn't harming yourself or other people around you, then do whatever you want, right? But I think that should be the idea. That's what we should all be doing. Anyway, that is a journey you go on. That's a journey I'm on. It's a journey that I'm going to continue to go on. I imagine in 10 years' time, this version of myself now, I'll look back at and go like, well, that's a different version of me. That's a younger version of me. And from the outside perspective, people family, friends, it might be that they see you as the same and you've never, whatever. But, you go through these internal changes and you feel different. Anyway, to me, that journey, it feels like is what they're getting at here, and what Lumen, I feel like, I'm talking in vagaries because I don't really know exactly what it looks like or what it's going to look like, and I might be wrong. It's pure speculation. But it feels as if they perhaps have some kind of technology to ensure that we essentially get to skip that journey and become almost the perfect version of ourselves immediately. But to me, that would be skipping out on the point of life, right? But it very much checks out to me as something that Lumen would do. Lumen would want, and the way that the twisted way Lumen perceived life to be, right? And this idea of achieving perfection. Like, again, I think the idea of trying to achieve any amount or any incarnation of perfection is silly and a waste of everyone's time, because perfection doesn't exist. It just doesn't. I think I've talked about this before, maybe in Severance. I know I have in other videos, other shows, but perfection to every single person on this earth looks different, right? So when we talk about perfection, everyone's talking about something different. It doesn't truly exist, even though it kind of simultaneously exists all at the same time, but there's all these different versions of it. And that's the point. That's the point. We get all these different versions because that's what humanity is. It's different and unique. And Lumen, I feel like, sorry, just from that line, it just seems like whatever they're doing, they're trying to sap that from humanity. And what would that be? That would, God, absolutely be that would change humanity. That would change the face of the earth. That would change what we are at an existential level, right? Anyway, might have wasted everyone's time by talking about all that for so long. I wonder though.
I think I got onto the mailing list at the clinic.
Oh, is that how they found you?
Until you ruined it.
Uh-oh. Cracks in their relationship also would make sense as to why perhaps she willingly made a decision to do what she did.
I have no idea how you're feeling.
Like
So let's stop.
Let's stop as well. Bit of a double meaning. She's almost styled as different people. Okay. Every time she goes in a room.
Let's get you set up with that meal.
Right. They're putting her through, dentist, they're putting her through all of these different life situations. Oh, they are, aren't they? All of these experiences that she's having, they're packaging it into some kind of technology that injects it into a person, which means that person has then, I don't know, I would assume experienced all of these different things and is emotionally insured almost or more stable as a person. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like injecting life into yourself so that you are, like I say, this person who's experienced all of these things. You know, what comes with experience? If you've experienced this before, or you do something like this is you know, it weathers you. It's skipping life. You know, you don't have to go through anything because you've already gone through it, which means that you are perhaps, you know, to some twisted mind, the perfect version because of humanity, of yourself, because you've been through all of this stuff. That's what it is, isn't it? And bless her, they're severing her so that they have this petri dish of a person, the same person, same brain, I guess. Yeah, going through all of these myriad of experiences of events. A dentist appointment, a 2-hour dentist appointment. It didn't go well, did it? Her mouth hurt afterwards. It wasn't a routine dentist appointment. Something went wrong, or it was traumatic, not pleasant. It's almost like they're, insinuating and promoting trauma in these rooms, in these events, injecting, I guess, perhaps all of that into somebody to almost sap the potential for a person to ever experience trauma again, trying to erase trauma. I could see them, you know, perhaps marketing it that way, you know, say goodbye to trauma. No more trauma. We inject you with this, you've been through it all, and you're fine.
He's stuck at 96%.
Good.
The nosebleed set us back.
Okay.
He's done. You're gonna have to say goodbye to her.
You're gonna have to say goodbye. What weird connection have you got?
For care.
Yeah, sorry. So it's obviously just the same guy. Because he was the flight attendant too. Just, I guess, do they need that for stability? So he's working with her every single day in all of these different, you know, scenarios. That's crazy. Yeah, fair enough. You would form a connection, I suppose. Twisted as it might be. And, you know, there's a real avenue, I feel like, in the show now for this commentary, you know, and the show's dealt with the idea of humanity, what is humanity, and all of these different things through the workplace, right? But branched out a little bit more wider into those kinds of topics. There's an avenue in the show now to kind of go at this conversation of the almost value in trauma. And I know that's a weird thing to say, and I feel icky saying it, but I think there is value to it. It's horrible, and it's sad that people have to go through horrible things, you know, varying degrees of horrific. But I do think it is a misstep in trying to take that out of people's lives. I don't think you can. I think to do that is weird in this artificial... Again, I'm assuming that I'm right, but this is like an artificial way to try and sap that from humanity almost, or fix it. But I've talked about it before. As bad and as horrible as trauma is, it's where you find who you are. And, you know, people become stronger for it. People become who they are for it. And as there should be, you know, there are ways to deal and handle and process these horrible things in society, whether it's therapy, whether, you know, whatever else it might be. And we should cater to that too. We should, you know, people always deserve help through that. I suppose that is the question though, isn't it? It's almost an ethics debate in a certain way. Because it's like, well, okay, yeah, but bringing that sort of thing to the table, you know, someone comes to me, Tyler, we can take that out of your life. You know, it makes sense in society that we have safeguards for trauma and the existence of trauma in therapists. They should exist. There should be more, you know, humanity as a whole should have more access, easy access, free access to it. Absolutely. That's not necessarily what we have today, but, you know, ideal world. But what if we could just erase it? We don't need it anymore because we have fixed the idea of trauma. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, I'm not going to retread old ground because I feel like when you ask that question, it's basically what I was talking about before. I just feel like that's an inherent part of humanity. Like, well, how far do you want to go? You know what I mean? How far do you want to go in messing with the human experience? Because at a certain point, we do stop being human. But I suppose there would be some people who would argue that it wouldn't be erasing humanity, it would just be changing us. And would that change be good or bad? And it's like, well, you know, how do we really know until you try it? I think very much in the terms of, you know, I think I'm against it because through the lens of the show, it's through Lumen who are doing it. And I think, you know, they have consistently been radically morally bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, it kind of puts you on that back foot of, I don't agree with it. I don't want it to, you know, it's not in hands that are, it's in the hands of the care cult. You know, it's not in the hands of people. Can it ever be? Can that kind of thing ever be in the hands of someone responsible, truly responsible, that's going to use it well? I don't know in humanity, in the makeup of humanity, you know, whether it's, you know, social, governmental, whatever. I don't know if you can safeguard it properly, you know. But, sorry, strip all that away. At a fundamental level, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I think actually there are arguments that go both ways. I think I do, you know, settle down on one side of it feels bad, but that's only because I think the idea of what humanity is to me, you know, I'm biased, is very much, has always been one thing. It's always been that, you know, thing of, you know, you live your life, you go through trauma, you go through, you know, certain things, and that decides who you are. Our intelligence is also a part of us. If we are developing something that, I guess that's to me what makes it weird, is that it's manipulating. It's manipulating as opposed to, if you don't have that technology, it is just an organic living out your life in a very natural way, which again, I think is, you know, the kind of almost dichotomy that's existed in this show. I was talking about it in the retreat that they had of almost, you know, this warring between modernity and nature, right? And Lumen, how they keep trying to strike down the idea of nature, preserving that, the goodness in that. And that's what it would be to me. That's where I come down on it. You know, I err more towards the organic, the nature, the peace. Whereas Lumen want to burn it down. They want to mess with it. They want to manipulate it. They want to wrangle it to suit and serve them. And in the same way, I feel like Lumen are trying to have humanity, the idea of existential humanity, suit and serve them. And they're trying to wrangle it as opposed to just let it be. Some things don't need to be improved, because I imagine that's what Lumen would see it as. I don't know, that's where I come down on it. I do think it's an interesting debate. You know, when you try to strip out the bias of, oh, it's Lumen and God, no, you know, erase that from the, you know, the question and just ask yourself the question, is it good or bad? And again, I'm so sorry. I don't know if that's what they're doing. I really don't. So I should probably stop talking about it. But I think this is an interesting conversation all the same. And I'm kind of curious what people think. If we could, do you think we should? I don't think we should, but I feel like I'm pretty biased. A quick caveat to all this, I don't think trauma is the only way that we learn and grow, obviously. I just think it's also an integral part of how we grow. Does that mean I think we shouldn't try to guard people against events that would inflict trauma of the highest order? Of course not. This is nuanced, but I'm talking about trauma in a vacuum here, specifically in the context of this potential technology.
Why are you wearing that stupid sweater?
Here's a performer, mate. Oh no. Oh, buddy. Yeah, you gotta imagine this is gonna be technology they're gonna sell, make money off of. You know, it's corporate. They're not trying to make humanity better, necessarily.
An electric grouter. Happy.
Oh god, you alright, mate?
Come on now, it's the last one.
Yeah, it's all these situations that we don't want to go through or do, or, you know, tedious, or all the way from tedious to horrifying. Being in a plane crash, all the way to writing thank you cards.
Christmas has a funny way of coming back around each year.
Oh god.
I love you.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think he means it, you know.
I love you.
All that talk of the connection he has with her. I think he does.
I love you too.
That was everything to you, wasn't it? What was that? Are they just gonna let her go once they're done? They've been doing this room thing though for a very short amount of time, because before this she'd only been doing the wellness checks, right? So that doesn't really check out with my theory. Maybe. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Wow, you're really not handy.
I want to go home.
Right.
Your husband remarried last year.
Oh, you liars. Wow.
And he has a daughter now.
No, come on, man. You're scum. You're all
I
scum.
don't believe you.
Yes, Gemma. Nice, mate. Come on.
You've been gone a long time, Gemma.
Not that long.
He's moved on.
Nope.
Maybe you've moved on too.
We gotta break in, man. Okay, come on.
Maybe you felt things behind those doors you never felt with Mark.
Oh, for you? You creep.
Maybe I've seen it.
Oh my god, yeah, you're a creep, aren't you?
Is at the end.
Yeah! Yeah! Alright, let's go. Nice. Are we getting out? We're getting out? That's crazy. It's not ideal, really, is it? Yeah. There we go. Hey, hello. Straight away. Go on. Oh, man. Damn. Yes, good. Okay, make your way back round. Shh, no. Should have brought the chair, mate. Alright, let her go. Stealth, mate. You gotta play this well. Come on.
Gemma!
Damn! Why'd you go this way, dude? Like, oh no. Come on. Come on. You're gonna have to be so quick. Mate. Straight to the face. Come on. Nice. Let's go. Oh. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. You know, I got too into the escape.
I could stay.
No, you should probably go. I mean,
Oh, this is when she dies, huh?
All right, well, I'll be back at like 10.
Yeah, so he could have insisted she stay. I bet he was,
I love you.
Mark.
He said.
oh no, I love you too, and I'm sorry.
You better be, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry. He was getting a little distant, wasn't he? Towards the end of their relationship. I was going to say, like, there's another elevator she can take, obviously, because there's some technology in there, obviously, that changes them back. The one that the severed workers use to go out.
Miss Casey.
You were full sprint, weren't you, mate? Damn.
Found herself in the wrong elevator.
How long have I been?
If you wouldn't mind turning around.
Oh, God.
But
On you go.
Oh, man. Yeah, you just can't get out on your own, can you? That was so quick. Like him coming and getting her. Really solid episode, though. I really appreciate it actually shining a light on Gemma and showing us the basement floor. That's enough. I just wanted to see. It's not what it's enough for now. I do hope we get a little bit more by the end of the season, but it was time. Yeah, this is gonna suck for you, dude. Yeah, you'd argue by the end of this episode, Mark's gonna wake up. Next episode, we're gonna be going in. Yeah. And possibly getting her out. It's never good, really, is it, when you see that? Yeah, willingly or not. I mean, I'm still not convinced she did willingly go down there, to be fair. But I imagine even if that was the case, they've got her now. It's not up to her when she leaves. Yeah. Oh, bless you, mate. Yeah, it's been a good long old time since you've seen him. But it would also be perfectly... I mean, we've seen, you know, little hints in the past. It would make sense if she had willingly gone down there. From an emotional perspective, they were also having, like, a little bit of trouble in their relationship. And, you know, as she's been down here regretting it and wanting to go back on it, even before this moment, right? We haven't seen a lot of it. Hello, yeah. Yeah, perhaps a lot of the whole wellness check era of Miss Casey was them preparing the basement for what they're doing with her now.
Hey.
I don't know. Oh man, the show really effectively, I mean, you kind of wanted it anyway, but you feel it now. Now that we've seen her and the past and their relationship, I think the effect that has is that you really, sorry, because I had the thought then of like, I'm in now, we gotta get her. We gotta get her. Like, it really emotionally, I think this episode puts you in the place of, I really need to see him get her out and then reunited. Ideally, by the end of this season. You know what I mean? The finale. Or Ep 9, and then perhaps, I don't know, in Ep 10, it doesn't quite work out. You know what I mean? But I want that moment, right? I feel like there'd be room for that to go awry, and I feel like it would make sense because they have the deck stacked against them with Lumen. I think whatever Lumen are doing, I feel like they're going to achieve it, and we're just going to deal with the fallout of it. But yeah, so I do wonder whether they'll give that moment of reuniting, but then take it away. Kind of feels like, do you know what I mean, that might happen. So we'll see. And I feel like I'd be quite satisfied. I feel like they can do that if they give you that moment of them reuniting and giving, I think, the emotional reprieve that I feel like this episode sets up, and in making you like desire it on an emotional level. Because I think you start, obviously, you know, when you find out last season about it all, you're like, well, of course you want him to get her out and you want that to happen, the reuniting of them. But yeah, like I say, I think there's a step, strides taken to make you feel that all the more, just by obviously what this episode deals with, what it shows you, and a really good episode. You know what I mean? I think I did say last episode, I'd be annoyed if we don't have him reintegrate or wake up until the end or the episode after, if they put it off for another episode, but they did that. And I think it works. I think it works because they've given you what I think, at least for me, I've been pining for all season in a certain way of, I want to see more Gemma. What's down in the basement is this almost, at this point, 2-season mystery. And they kind of give you a little bit of that. And I think that's why it works. I really liked it. Again, jury will be out as to how the, how I feel about the season and how it ends. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. But anyway, that was Chikhai Bardo. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you're not subscribed, please do consider doing that down below. Tick the bell button as well. Like the video, leave a comment, let me know. I don't know if my speculation is correct, but I would be interested in hearing what people think about the existential question that I suppose I was asking throughout this video. Where do you come down on it? It feels a little bit like The Good Place in the sense of the place that I got into of just answering it, I think, on like a philosophical level, right? An ethical level, right, as well. And yeah, so I don't know. And maybe we will be dealing with that as we go. Maybe that is what they're doing. I don't know. Hard speculation. Anyway, links down in the description below if you want early access to all my videos. I've got my gaming channel down there too. But yeah, thank you as always to my patrons, my members. Genuinely thank you so much for your support. But that's it for another week. More Severance next Wednesday. But until then, I'll see ya.